We are live.
We are live.
We are live.
Did I say welcome to the main event?
Run that thing back, bro. You mad?
Oh, man.
Behave before you talk about what I'm talking about, yeah?
Disclaimer! Run that thing back. Nah, man, stay there in your corner, man. Run that thing back, fam. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
We are live, guys. I'm saying Mr. Blitztech.
Revenue GS.
Joe one further, the Cyber Nerds.
And welcome to the Suicide Squad spoiler review. That's right.
Just for everyone who doesn't know what I'm doing, I'm stretching my damn legs because the non-spoilers reviews are hard. Listen, yeah, Sam, I'm hijacking the whole thing. Subscribe to the channel. Do you know who dies? Everybody. Polka-dot man dies. R.I.P. Jai Courtney, Captain Boomerang, out of there. I don't know who else.
Rick Flag, bruv. Oi.
Rick Flag dies.
That scene was mad.
Brother, Rick Flag. Bruv, everyone, they just, yeah. Everyone's gone. Javelin, all of bare names, bruv. Bare names.
Yeah,
Everyone's.
do you know who should have died?
Harley
That
Quinn.
team. Thank you.
Harley Quinn should have died.
You know
Bruv.
what? Let's start.
Get her out of here!
Let's start.
Get her out!
Do you know when we talking about like surprise elements? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this would have been it for the movie.
Yeah.
Because the way they set up the first team that go onto the beach, bruv, that would have been perfect. And to me it was like heartbreaking seeing that Bear Man died on that scene, but she came out alive. It felt like you had the perfect thing here, yeah. And the thing is, yeah, she didn't have to necessarily die.
Yeah.
But she died
Like,
in our eyes.
Yeah, like taking off the board.
Exactly.
Just taking off the
Do you know
board for
what
the
I'm
movie.
saying? Because now you have a lot more to play, like with other projects to come or whatnot, like whatever you want to do with it. But just having her dead out there, yeah, the movie then would have probably go from, I'll say the movie's at 8. I'll probably give a movie like a 9.5.
See, and the thing is, I'm glad we're starting on the Harley Quinn thing, which is good, so we can get this out of the way and keep it moving. One of the things for me that I don't like is that because Margot Robbie is just like an amazing doing her thing, yeah, they like feel the need to force the whole thing in. And it's like, I feel like so much of the Harley Quinn stuff is forced, bruv. And it's the same issue I've got with Birds of Prey. It's like, push her to the front. And I'm telling you, bruv, these other characters are more interesting, they're more better, and they suit the world. Then, the next thing, I want to talk about character assassination when it comes to Harley Quinn is, Harley Quinn doesn't always need a boyfriend to murder, rebel against, and to be a good character. Like, the whole subplot of, I've got to go to Spain, fall in love with this guy, and then I got to kill him because of abusive. We get it.
A red flag.
We get it. It's dead. We understand the character. We've seen it. We've
seen it like three, 4 movies.
Bro, we've seen it.
We're still here banging on the same thing.
We've seen it and we've got it. Let's just leave it.
You know what?
Just her whole thing with the javelin dead.
What was the point of that?
Bruv, it was because she's got to stay relevant to the thing, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying?
Bruh, can I just give a studying point? I've heard of LeBron James. Yeah, main man, not the forefront guy. See that? Does the assists, scores every now and again, plays defense, runs back, pins the ball, all of that. That can be your Margot Robbie. Do you know what I'm saying? But you just putting it out there. Like, have you heard of who was it that used to score like 50 points and have like 20 turnovers? Who's it? James Harden. You're making
her like, yes.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like,
yes.
that's no.
Yes.
Stop it.
Yeah,
stop using her just as a weapon. She can be a lot more in your franchise. And it just
that analogy was fire.
And it just ruins it. It just ruins
Your
it.
analogy was fire. That analogy was fire.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Yeah. So there's that. I feel like for me, that was just like, I wouldn't say the worst part of the movie, but that was jarring. It was just like, we're doing this again. It's long.
You know what else is jarring?
Go on.
What they done to Amanda Waller.
Oh, so we're getting all the negatives out the way.
Yes, please, because
we're getting all the negatives out the way.
Bruv!
Amanda Waller.
Bruv!
There's no
I
way.
was ready to fight someone.
Is even gonna touch her. No way, bruv.
No.
The way she was spazzing, yeah, I was like, these man all clapped. Good. The movie should have ended there. They actually had the balls to get a golf club to her head, and then she sits in her office by herself. I'm like, who's this? But this ain't Amanda Waller.
If we're talking about, did you already say we're talking about character assassination? It's the maddest thing to me is, like regardless of whether the Suicide Squad, the original Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad, the cartoon series, the Arrowverse, the comic books, no matter what version of Amanda Waller we're doing, yeah, this version is not real. This version, it would never happen. It would never happen. Do you know what the best thing about Amanda Waller is, yeah? Is her gunning down a room of her innocent co-workers, yeah? Then for them to, I don't even know what, like, physically assault her and there be no repercussion when she is the one sending metahumans out into the world and blowing up their head. Bruh, like,
what?
That is the highest level of character assassination I've ever witnessed, potentially in a movie.
Now,
get me?
Now, just a second ago, I was talking about element of surprise. Yeah, that was one of them.
That was one of
them.
It was shocking.
Now, the only thing I'm gonna say is, if you man have on the next movie, it's like one of those things like you just don't do it. And if you look at these co-workers, bruv, none of them have like the cojones to do anything like. But they did. And just because of that, like on the next movie, she turns up even more, like to the level like no one ever like this is part of your plan.
Yeah.
If that's the case, I'm allow you. That's the only thing I could think of. There's a next movie coming, and she's just gonna shell it. Because the way she was just sitting at the end, looking at them man like,
you motherfuckers. Yeah, bruv, it's
that Denzel,
bro.
Man.
You motherfuckers.
Because that's exactly how I felt,
bruv.
Oh, you motherfucker! Bro, that's what my mind was.
Do you know what's mad about this? Because obviously they're doing a Peacemaker HBO series, yeah? And the thing is, I'm like, look, the way that can be rectified is, now we're giving you man advice, is you get Amanda Waller and Peacemaker and their unit, they move, bang. And then the collective of those, they run their little happy Task Force-esque, I'm going to call them Task Force-esque, because I feel like one of my issues with the movie is that, like, these men never really feel like villains, bruv. And it's like you guys always do this where it's like you're taking the misfits, bruv. They're not misfits. They're bad people. They're villains doing a good thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Because
and it's
in
like,
the real world,
that's what happens.
You have a bit of both. You have good people that sometimes do bad things, and you have bad people that sometimes do good things.
Yeah, and I just feel like on that point, like what's my man's name? Bloodsport, yeah? Idris, yeah? And the thing, the reason, one of the heavy reasons I'm Team Peacemaker is because I love the way they set up Bloodsport and Peacemaker. Like, they're like, oh, Bloodsport can turn anything into a weapon. Peacemaker, he can turn anything to a weapon. So we was like, okay, obviously, yin yang, this thing's not gonna work, and they're butting heads the whole time. Love that.
I love when they first come together as well. That line. Oh, so basically, you can do the same thing I can do. Boom.
Yeah.
That is high level.
That's fire. But then where I gravitate towards Peacemaker is that Peacemaker is actually, I want to say, a true villain. Like, for me, he's like Captain America if Captain America listened to the government.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I love that. Yeah. But then Bloodsport is like, oh, we're supposed to not like him because he's got a weird relationship with his daughter. But is he really a bad guy? Don't know. And he shot Superman with a kryptonite bullet, which is sick. Which is great mythology. Don't get me wrong. Great mythology, but doesn't necessarily make him the baddest person. Do you know what I'm saying? Go on.
I don't know. Like for me, yeah, like you said, Peace Walker, man saying, man, woman, children. If you're on my mission
for liberty, he would do it,
bro. That says everything. That says
sticks with that energy. He sticks with that the whole movie.
Even in the camp, he sees just a woman washing clothes. Clap. You're out of here. I'm like, alright, cool. Villain, man, don't care, or anti-villain, how you want to call him. Man will just do the job. If you're in his way, you're getting X. Bloodsport is an assassin, so you clearly don't care about lives. He's getting paid for it. Takes out Superman, the guy who's doing good. You're setting out that man also doesn't care about life and where you're coming from, yeah? Had a bad relationship with his daughter. Everyone's saying, oh, you got good in you. I was hoping that they were always going to be like, there's good in him, but he's never going to act on it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, at the end, man cares about lives.
Bruv.
Man just cares about... I'm like, what? Because you was just killing man out here for no reason. You finished the whole camp. Obviously, you didn't know that
them man were competing. Them man were competing for the most bodies.
Thank you.
They were competing.
And you heard your objective. For the US, this is a good thing. These men get demolished. Be out. You have a change of heart. What?
Yeah.
No one... for you is there that you care about.
Yeah, brother.
Be out. What? And then I was like, that's why I hate these movies where these guys are villains, these guys are bad guys.
They gotta do something
bad. Yeah, they do bad things. They gotta do something good.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
It's just a thing. Like I feel like you man have. I know it's hard because like you lot might feel like no one's gonna understand if they're actually bad. But that's the point. Like that's why it bangs. That's why it is survived 80 years of comics and all of that other stuff. Like you gotta lean into that thing seriously, fam. I also do want to.
Let me jump just before we move on. Talking about Amanda Waller. Like while watching this, and I'm glad you said like maybe her and
Peacemaker
bust case. All I could think, and maybe I could be wrong. Maybe this is already out there, but there needs to be like a comic book run, because her character is just so likable because of what she does and how she executes stuff. That was like we gotta have something with Amanda Waller, like this version of Viola Davis elsewhere, like instead of just the big movies. I don't know, maybe series, comics, whatever, maybe. But then you mentioned in Peacemaker, it makes even more sense. Like, yo, these two
put her front and center in that, bruv.
Exactly.
Them two together would be sick because he ain't never running like he's never gonna say no to a mission. He's never gonna do, and she's the one who's always gonna put man on the maddest tips, bruv. Yeah. I feel like both of them two together will be fire.
And another thing is, I don't think we've ever seen someone that firstly, that's a bad person. Secondly, that's not a hero or villain being on the forefront. I think this is where you can really spice it up with character development. Bro, you already have a gem. Like, she's such a gem with this team. And she did it with the first Suicide Squad movie. She was the best thing out of it. Bruv, she brought it back even better this time. Like, you gotta think about like how much she's evolved. Like all the movies that we've watched with her, and today like we're watching this thing. It's like, bruv, like Viola Davis is just like you really have to make this character just off her, bruv. Like I was just in the movie and I was just so amazed how she's just over here just shelling. Like you're not on the forefront, but you're the brains. Do you know what I'm saying? Like a body cannot function without the brain in it. Like so, I feel like they need to do something with her.
That's what I say, because they can't do it on the big screen. Because I could just tell audiences if they see a villain win the day,
and that's why I feel like
Thanos,
maybe comics, like even
I don't know, get blown, bro. So it has to be TV.
I mean,
TV where it's like not on the small scale. So if it's blown up, everyone's gonna go watch it.
I'm with it.
I'll be with it as
Peacemaker
well.
series.
Just do it. Because
I'm so onto this Peacemaker series, bro. Fam. It because. If he comes with the same energy,
to be honest, even more because it will be streaming service. You know you can do even more.
Peacemaker, like the boys type energy. My mind's already good, and he's coming back after them man just done him wrong.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He's coming back with that vengeance energy as well.
I'm glad he didn't die, man.
Woo!
I'm glad he didn't die.
What, do you know who I'm sad died, brother? These man killed Polka-dot, man. What?
Oh, my mind,
Do you know what? Usually when people get murked, I'm like, oh yes, body count, bruv. I am. You've been on the channel, you know. But when they killed Polka-dot, man, I was like,
he was a gem of the movie,
how could you, bruv? I didn't even remember they killed Rick Flag. I don't even care about that brother, fam. I thought he was good in the movie, and I like that Peacemaker killed him because obviously we need more reasons to hate. Well, for them man to hate Peacemaker. Every time Peacemaker does stuff like that, I'm enjoying it, bro, because I'm like. Yeah.
Squad.
We need it, bro. But Polka-dot man going like when he did it, I was really there like, yeah, but how are we bringing him back? But he's dead. Like fam, he saved the whole day. Like you know what I'm saying? He did the thing. You saw his giant mommy. Blew her legs off, bro. Man, his trauma's deep, bro. His trauma's deep.
You know what? I'm watching this and I was like, fam, I wish I'd have put 2-2 up, bro.
Oh, whoa.
Because like, it's like this is one of the great things about this movie is when it came to him, and showcasing how he saw the world, like his traumas, bruv. Like the first time they did it, I was like, bruv, am I tripping or something? Like, because you had all the characters, but then you had the like, who was it they replaced with his mom?
Everyone.
No. There's a scene where there's everyone.
Like the whole
but
team,
I think the first one is just her. I think that about the vending machine or something. I was like, I looked around to see if I was the only person, but then every time they start doing, they leveled up. I was like, bro, this is almost some like Doctor Strange, man's in the Matrix kind of thing, innit? So that's one of the things I really enjoyed about this character is how they put us in his shoes and how we view the world. Do you know what I'm saying? And how they use that for him to be like to excel even more.
And I rate that as well. And do you know what? And this is not a strange position I'm in, but what I love is that I'm very excited, hopefully, for James Gunn to do the next Suicide Squad
1000%.
because it's like he has demonstrated an understanding of like that world that bro. Listen, look at these characters, bro. He made Polka-dot Man sick, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? He made what's the ferret thing? Is it a ferret or
it's a ferret. It's a ferret.
It's a ferret. The
weasel.
Weasel.
Yeah.
Bang. Weasel.
Oh
So like,
my
imagine
God,
that, bro. In a trailer and a half and 3-4 minutes of screen time, you fell in love with a character, killed it, and brought it back, and it got it away, fam. And I know Weasel will be in the next movie. Please. But do you know what I'm saying? Like James Gunn, bruv, like he's executing that differently, fam. Like
the vision.
you're not seeing, bruv. I don't see like directors, or I'm not seeing, maybe not in this universe, or even in Marvel, like just throwing someone out there being like, oh, look at this, you know you like it, no, you can't have it. Oh, you like this, you love that. No, I'm taking that away, bruv. I respect that, bruv, because not enough people are doing that, bruv.
Thank you.
You gotta go hard with that, bruv.
And talking about execution, the beginning of this movie, I was like, you know when you're conditioned and you see something like, this is a dream sequence, this ain't real. Savant is a guy who can see the future, they put him there, so everyone's going to come back. And I'm like, oh no, these guys are dead. Oh, you guys are actually a distraction for the main team over here. The way these guys were getting dusted.
They peppered it.
Yo!
Bro, and do you know what?
Was mad. I love that part, bro. That understanding was deep, bro.
Even deeper than that is what's crazy is that it's like, even with the Suicide Squad, we know, the Suicide Squad, like, they're expendable. Their heads get blown up all the time. But Hollywood movies condition us into, they're not really going to die. And he's doing it. And I'm like, yeah, like, you've got the perfect property for you to really, like, stretch your legs and do this thing and, like, move these puzzle pieces around. So, bruv, like, I'm super gassed for, like, where we can go past this. Even though, like, it's not, like, for me, it's not perfect, bro. Like, there's still issues, there's still things there. I'm like, oh, they could have this better. They should have focused on this character more. I love that. It's a new, fresh start. And I said in another video on my channel that, like, I feel like this movie starts a new phase for like DCEU or DC, whatever kind of movies we're talking about. And I feel like this was a good jump off point to start. Do you know what I'm saying? There's things we can fix, but it's a great start.
I just love that, like, even just he has a good understanding of having 20 characters, maybe 30 characters, having their spotlight, like you said, even just for 5 seconds, like 10 minutes on screen, and you just fall in love with them. I think even is it TDK?
Yeah.
Just, you don't see him for long.
Yeah.
Man just says his name, or what's your name, TDK? What does it stand for? It says letters. And you're like, what's this brother about? And you see him on the beach.
The comedy is so...
It just works.
It flows so well.
It's sick, bro. Man. And then you see him on the beach. His powers is to detach his arms.
Yeah.
Where's the powers, bro?
His shit's terrible.
So you laugh at, man. He's just getting... His arms are over there.
Man's like a kendo, bro.
Man, just like...
Man is a kendo, bro. That thing was funny, bro. That
just
was
stuff like that. I like... Even though I don't really care about the characters, just seeing him for like a couple of seconds, I'm like... He's still a very, very funny character. He's not going to come back, but if he did, I would like to see more of him. Even there's like a prequel to this, how they got into prison, or what's it called?
Belle Reve prison.
Belle Reve. I think it'd be jokes, but yeah, man, he's just got a good understanding about that kind of thing.
You know, even with that, like, I love Michael Rooker's character right at the beginning. Obviously, like, he's Javelin, right?
Yeah. No.
Savant.
Okay, sorry. I like his character. Just where the movie starts, where he's in prison, throwing the ball around, and like kills people. Like just the setup of everything, I think is so good, bro. And it's like it's crazy to me. Like, you know, when you hear about movies, like let's say like Spider-Man 3. Obviously, it's an old movie, but you're like, oh, there's too many characters. There's too many this. There's too many that. Nah, like if you can tell a story, if you know how to do it, you can fit hundreds and thousands of characters into your world, and it can just make sense, bruv. And it can be cool, and it can feel like, oh, that person wasn't underutilized, or do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like the only issue here is just only, like, I don't even want to get into it again because we talk about on a non-spoiler review, but like Harley Quinn's overused. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, raw. If we could have spread that time out through some of the other characters even a little bit more. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like we go into like Ratcatcher 2 a lot, but I still feel like there's more we could have. There's more we could have done there. I feel like there was time we could have spent with that character more so than Harley Quinn, a character that we kind of know pretty well. Do you know what I'm saying? Already, fam. So and also, okay, maybe they don't.
Do you know who they could have also dabbed into a bit more? Bloodsport's daughter. Because it clearly felt that you guys have a plan for her later on. Do you know what I mean? Like, bruv, she's doing all the wrong things, much like that. I felt like if there was like a segment where it's just her doing her thing, and then maybe she just gets caught up in all whatever. Now you're giving us a bit more between her and Dad, and how later on that's gonna make her a villain. Do you know what I'm saying? Now you've got a bit more to play with.
I got more for you.
For Bloodsport.
One of the things that's sick that you guys have already done with how much you're using Harley Quinn in this movie, that scene at the end where it goes to Bloodsport's daughter. Why was the actor who plays Cassandra Cain in Birds of Prey just not sitting next to her? No lines needed. No lines needed. We've already established that she's stealing stuff for no reason. What does Cassandra Cain character do in Birds of Prey? All she does is run around stealing. Like stuff like that. Like you man have got to be more deeper on this thing, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, bruv, like that's like it's just one shot. She's got to sit there in a hat. Like most people wouldn't even notice it.
But it pays off in the long run.
It can pay off, but if you don't ever do anything with it, it doesn't hurt anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? You just got you've got to throw them stuff in there a bit deeper, man. But I really enjoyed the movie. Do you get what I'm saying? Like
I didn't think I would enjoy it this much. Like I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I was laughing. I was constantly laughing. I was going, ooh, bruv. When I say I absolutely love the camera work in this movie.
Yeah, it moves mad.
It's
It moves mad.
crazy. I don't know who was behind it, whether it's James Gunn or one of your associates. Fam, well done, because that is sick.
I know, man already said the CGI was sick, but I do love like the way they commit to like the storytelling of almost this like. So you know, like I'm gonna bring up the first one because I feel like it's important. Just because like the theme of the thing is like in the first one or in the trailers they'll have the stuff splash up on the screen, bang, and then even in Birds of Prey they do it. They splash it up on the screen, bang, and in this instead of splashing it on the screen, they interweave it into the world, bruv. Like there's branches, so they'll turn the branches into 8 minutes later, or the sand will say, meanwhile, and then the water washes it away. That's beautiful, blood. Love that, fam. And then even like the scene at the end when we're talking about camera work, where Bloodsport's doing all the thing up there, and then the floor breaks, and it zooms out, and it's like boom, 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 and then it gets to the end, and then even that scene, where it's like they both shoot the bullets, like both the characters who are exactly the same, who do exactly the same thing, both do exactly the same thing at exactly the same time, shoot the gun, but my man's like smaller bullets. Like it could make no sense. Like, but it does because you've set up this world that I believe it. I'm here. There's a giant starfish that's taking over everyone's minds, but I believe it, bro.
Peacemaker definitely needs to take the next W.
Peacemaker's taking it. He better, fam.
And but maybe they should make a thing out of it. Where
what
it's
Peacemaker? Listen.
Yeah.
Let Peacemaker be on like a. I'm coming back in his Peacemaker series and make Peacemaker the full-on villain of the next Suicide Squad, bro.
I've been saying this, man. DC's got this in the bag with the villains. You do this almost every single comic book run as well. Forever Evil. You have the villains.
Yep.
You guys do it. And now you do it for TV series. Do it on the big screen. Show Hollywood the villains can win.
Do it.
Please.
Bruv.
Because you guys can. And they should.
I'm done.
It's kind of fire. The movie's kind of fire.
It's kind of fire.
The movie's kind of fire still. Like, do you know what's mad? It's like, man enjoyed it, but like talking to you, because we haven't spoken about it since we watched it. Yeah. Talking to you, man, it's like, you've, like, before I was like, oh, I can have some time before I watch it again, but now I'm like, nah, I want to watch it again.
No, we definitely have to watch it again.
No, I'm going to watch it again. We're always going to watch it again, but like, it's making me want to watch it again, like, straight away. Like, let's go watch this. Like, obviously, we watched it at a premiere. It was kind of nice still. But yeah, like, let's just like go Cineworld and watch it and like, you know, with the man them and see what it's like, bro. But because I want to see, I just want that energy. Do you know what I'm saying? That real, we came to see Suicide Squad day one energy. So yeah, man, I'm about it, fam. Yeah, fire thing.
Woo, guys, hope you enjoyed the spoiler review. like this is going to be more often now. Non-spoilers, spoilers. So I hope you enjoyed both reviews or anything. Let me know in the comments down below what do you think of this movie. If you've seen it, hopefully if you're just watching out them too. If you're enjoying the energy too, what do you think of James Gunn? So he'd be bouncing off Marvel and DC. DC only. He's on properties. Is he doing the main thing? I think that's about it. You know.
Harley Davis.
Subscribe to the channel. Road to 200k. We need your help and support. Do that.
And to the next one, I'm Sam, Mr. Blitztech.
Raven your GS.
Joe, one further the Cyber Nerds.
And we'll see you in the next spoiler review.
Peace.
Bye.